Hey, folks, Lindsey Huddleston back in the building for another SPS Mental Health Moment. We got the Detroit Cristo Wolves takeover. Got a young man I had the pleasure of meeting earlier this year, Jordan Taylor. Really impressive young man, lights up the room, and actually he kind of educated me on some things about this generation and how they look at the world. Jordan, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Man, good. I'm great. I'm so happy to have you. I had your coach on earlier, Coach Peoples, and also had your teammate Derek Bolton on representing. It seemed like he had on the home jersey, and you got on the away jersey. Y'all representing, huh?
Yes,
That's
sir. We
good,
got to
man.
rep our team.
That's good. So, man, a lot has happened, man, since the last time we talked, since I came down for the SPS game of the week. You guys were hosting St. Martin, the Poorest of Cleveland, and you guys were successful then. And this being your junior year going to your senior year, you've kind of seen the low part of the program and the high part. So talk about what that's been like for you.
It's been I say like it's been progress. Like we went from like really bad to mediocre to we know where we want to be at, and we've gotten there. But while we're at the spot we want to be at now, we want to get better. Obviously, it's always room for improvement. So
Yeah, sure. So what was it like? And I remember us talking before, you're pretty good with kind of breaking down what young people think like. What was it like going from having a tough part of the season a year ago or a tough season and making that change and moving forward and becoming successful? What was that mindset like?
it all started from, I would say, the coach. He came in from like the first day of the last season, said, "Look, we played good. We tried our hardest, but I know where we could be at. I know we could play better. Let's put in the work." So it went from putting in the work to from the beginning of the summer all the way till the end of fall, ready for the season to come. So season comes, we're ready for it.
So how did you and your teammates deal with self-doubt? I know self-doubt comes up a lot. You're saying, "Hey, man, we were trash, one season. How are we going to be better?" How did you deal with that kind of attitude?
I kind of took it as we need to see what we can get better at, and not only see what we can get better at, but like perfect the things that we're good at. We already have some things that we're good at by ourselves, and we know we can complement each other doing certain things that others can't. But I see the things that we couldn't do, we need to work on, and things we can do, just get better at them.
Right. Did that bring you guys closer together as a team?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Really? I get it. I
Most
get it.
definitely.
So what was it like, man, when you got the call? In most cases, either if your season was still going, you got the call, and first you thought that you were going to be playing with no fans. Then, of course, you got that dreaded call that it wasn't going to go forward at all. So what was that like for you when you got the word on that?
It was more like at first I was like kind of I was like disappointed because it was like I wanted to play for some fans and do everything we could this year. I feel like our team this year, we had a solid team, so I feel like we can go like as deep as we wanted in the playoffs. But then it was kind of disappointing because like the COVID-19 is affecting everything beyond basketball. It's affecting people's families. It's affecting everything. So it was disappointing, but as long as we can get through it, then we'll all be okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great attitude. When I talk to a lot of coaches and a lot of adults about how is it explaining this to your players, and in many cases, this is like one of you guys' biggest life lessons. Well, for adults too. So, how do you think having this experience now is going to shape you as a young adult, growing to adulthood, going further?
I think this experience is gonna shape me because this time that we've been given to like it's like downtime is giving time to mentally relax, as far as like you don't have to get up in the morning for school or work, or you don't have to worry about being in such a tight schedule all day. You can focus on your mental aspect, as far as like uh how successful you may be with certain things or something. Just I think mentally this is probably like the best experience it could have been for certain people.
Yeah, give you a chance to unplug a little bit.
Yes.
Shout out to Plug, the sponsor for your jerseys. I got to shout them out, right?
Yes,
Keep it
sir.
plugged,
Shout out to
right?
Plugged In.
Plugged in, no doubt. Okay, talking about that, I mean, of course, I guess with a young man by the name of Jordan, you wearing number 23, and I see the J's, the
Yes,
retros over
sir.
off in the corner too. So talk
Yes.
about the Last Dance and what was it like for you watching that, and what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot to me because I think a lot of like people my age or younger people, they don't really know how good Michael Jordan was and what was the necessary steps he took to win those championships. So I think it's good to show like the younger people how good Michael Jordan was and what was his greatness.
Wow. Is it safe to say that your name was inspired by Michael Jordan?
Yes, yes, it was. It
So what was
was.
it like growing up with the name Jordan and playing basketball?
It was more like it's a high expectation, even though like I'm not his son. Like, oh, your name is Jordan. Well, you must be good at basketball. Well, I'm pretty good, but I wouldn't call myself Michael Jordan.
Right, right. I get it. I get it. Well, no, that's important. You can look back on that. So tell me, you got this downtime and you kind of taking a break from things. I know you're a real hardworking student. What are some things you think you can share to the Cristo Rey community or just people in general about what they can do to stay focused and stay inspired throughout this COVID-19?
I say do something that you love and do something that you can take your mind off everything as far as like unplugging. Like if you like reading books, go outside and enjoy some fresh air and read a book. You might find that that's more beneficial to you than just trying to meditate or something. Do something that might benefit you. That's what I
No,
would say.
that's really good advice, and I think that's one of the reasons I've started doing these SPS Mental Health Moments via Zoom. Once again, man, when I met you earlier this year, I was very impressed with you. I think you're doing a great job. So the last thing we can talk about, what's your vision for the new season whenever that starts back up?
We're going for it all. We got to get everything we can. For me, we putting all the chips on the table, and we got to win everything.
Woo, all in, huh, George?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm going to be around to see you guys. Well, I appreciate you being available and being a great role model and doing good things. So we got Mr. Jordan Taylor here, Detroit Cristo Rey Wolves, signing off. And I'm sure you're going to make sure this get on social media, right?
Yes, sir. I will.
Okay, Jordan, take care, man. You did a great job.
All right. Thank you.